Hello there everyone and welcome back. Things are still going pretty well. I want to argue with my Diamond League progression, although I still feel like I'm having a hard time with Zerg. A lot of it is because I have to multitask multiple little things at the same time, and I may be overdoing it a tiny bit. With, like I hinted at before, with the Oracle trying to harass and keep an eye out for any aggression that might be coming my way, as well as like my Phoenix actively trying to deny overlords for my Zerg opponent to not have an easy way to skip what I'm doing. It seems a little bit overwhelming, and if I don't get a lot of matches with Zergs, that's going to be tricky to kind of rectify, unless I mix up my dynamic a little bit with my Terran Protoss matchups. And hopefully, if I can sneak out a Warp Prism early on like I did before, then that might give me the experience and repetition I need to kind of put that to muscle memory. Just have that Warp Prism just harass a Terran base. Maybe not so much Protoss, but if I do the 2 Immortal type drop harass, then all that will give me the practice I need for said intense multitasking, especially if I'm supposed to be building my base in the background. So that is what I think my main goal is going to be. It's just going to be a matter of remembering it, especially when my opponent's going to be trying to do some proxy all-in or some cheese shenanigans. It's easier said than done. It is go time. We're facing off against Terran to start us off. I almost thought it was Protoss at first because of the dang Immortal portrait here that's kind of like trying to hide the fact we're facing off against Terran. Nope, I will not be fooled, not this day at least. I know who my opponent is, and I'm going to play as accordance to such. Although I gotta remember that dang opening, don't I? Which is going to be annoying. Oh, yeah, I want to kind of wall off here, try to. Easier said than done, since my abysmal failure before, but I'm going to try nonetheless. And see how it goes. I just got to be mindful not to have my Adepts get stuck in there. That's going to be the tricky thing to remember. It's going to be a bit of an odd placement too, but it will set them back quite a bit. Dang it. Now I'm really thrown off. I accidentally told my Nexus to send a probe up over here instead of like a worker probe, so that's been delayed a tiny bit. Maybe not a huge issue if I do this right. Since I'm not really building a cell all that much, it's really the Adept, but it does delay the Cybernetics core to an extent, so there is a slight little mishap there that might cost me, depending on how aggressive my opponent's going to get. That's ultimately what it comes down to. Nonetheless, I also have to be mindful that the SCV tends to patrol this path here if they're going to poke on down, so that makes it a little bit awkward too, since I've always been thinking all this time of sending my server down the path my probe is currently going, which does not help me foresee an attack coming as I'm sending the probe server on out. So not the most convenient. Let's see. So standard barracks looks like a Reaper. It looks like a Reaper. Remains to be seen. Let's get the rest of our stuff building. And you're busy getting with your expansion, are you? Nope, no expansion yet, so I wonder where that SCV went. Mind you, I wasn't paying that much attention about where the SCV went, but gotta be mindful about that. And I'm waiting for the Reaper to see if it's gonna come poke around. That's kind of what I'm worried about right now, but at least that's blocked off. It actually helps buy the time I need. Alright, factory and reactor. This could be a bit problematic, a tiny bit, and I accidentally got my wrong unit selected. What's on group 5? I'm paranoid that I did something horrible there. That I ungrouped something.
Your probes are under attack.
Second gas. Just keep this thing alive is really all I could ask for.
Where shall we march?
Come on.
Your probes are under attack.
Now, I need probes there. I did lose focus of my dang probe up here, so that's probably important right now to see what's going on. But that's worked wonders. Let's see, Tech Lab. I'm getting good value out of this thing. It just needs to stay alive as a catch. This is the kind of the multitasking I was talking about to a vague extent. Now it can be a bit problematic if done wrong. I don't have to worry about an attack, so I don't know why exactly. Well, the reactor on that kind of gives it away, doesn't it? I do need to get me some immortals quickly. Oh, that's what happened. I accidentally unhotkeyed or unbind my gateway. That's what I was wondering about when I panicked there earlier. Alright, no big panic. I figured it out. Now. Can we hit this thing? Can we hit this thing some more? Almost, dang it. I was excited for a moment there. He can't get out at least, so there is always that. Well. There, Reaper's gone. It did get the intel I needed. Now this is the scary part. Do I worry about a potential cyclone push? Dang it, I do not want probes in my hotkey. It ruins my auto-casting. But, let's see what my opponent's up to. All I know is that there's dang cyclones potentially being built. What else would... or Hellions, one or the other. That's a possibility too, come to think of it. But yeah, there was a perfect example of the being overwhelmed I was talking about. To a vague extent. And maybe 2 shield batteries is a little too much. But I have my observer on the move. I'm well defended. I got my expansion up first. It's just dealing with the Reaper was probably not the most optimal. Never mind the fact that with my accidentally getting my gateway all delayed, that hurts a tiny bit. That could have been costly if that was a super aggressive cyclone push. Also, let's not forget my dang... what is it? I'm losing my train of thought now. A War Prism. Ah, Widow Mines. I should have figured as much. I wasn't looking the slightest. But I wasn't even prepared for a medevac drop either, to be honest. Otherwise I would have had Stalkers out. What kind of damage it did? It didn't do terrible amount of damage, I want to argue. But if it's just harassment, I could kind of deal with that for now.
I return to serve.
Now, let's get the Warp Prism out. Get ready for Templar pretty soon. Although, that's 200. No, 150, I can get that. Okay, that was painful. I don't know how many units I actually lost since I was looking at time. So long as it's minor harassment, I kind of can be okay. Kind of. And Stalkers will help seal the deal here. Otherwise, standard bio play so far, with nothing too terrible to worry about. I'm hoping anyway. And let's not forget our storm. That's going to be important, and I can get some Templar, so that's a good use of my gas here. Gotta watch for dang, of course, not having this thing building right now. That's a bit of a problem. I may be overdoing a little bit on my macro to a tiny extent, but we're in good position. I just gotta watch for a surge now, because this looks pretty reminiscent of standard bio. Oh, and I need pylons too. I've kind of been ignoring that message, and I almost think, I'm pretty certain I literally said to remember to build pylons pretty soon too, didn't I? So missile turrets built. I kind of need the Warp Prism to attack the main, since with a siege tank they're not going to do a whole lot in all seriousness, are they? If I have to guess. Now if I can, well, I'm going to need another observer to keep tabs on what's going on here too. And I was supposed to build Zealots. Dang it. Ah man, I want in all truth to kind of do and kind of separate the probes, and of course it's been a while since I actually practiced that. So that was a lot of probe kills.
My charge. I return to serve. Not enough energy.
Yeah, unfortunately not enough units left, but I have Immortals and I have Shields at least, and they have no health. These immortals are actually really good for this situation. Because these Marines just die instantly. I wish I had units to deal with the medevacs. That's what I would love more, nothing more. I would love nothing more than to deal with the Marines, but that wasn't terrible. My Archon probably did nothing of note, though. And I gotta remember to warp in. Or at least, because this would have been really good if I'd done this earlier. I have 2 shields, batteries, so I think I'm in good shape. Actually, I have to kill the Marauder, that might help too. That might help me a lot here in this regard. And I have weapons upgrade done, so let's keep building. Oh, and I forgot my Stalkers. I have 4 Stalkers, don't I? That was an even bigger whiff, because I tend to try and leave them to help deal with drop harassment some.
State thy bidding. You require my skill. I am the heart.
Alright. Let's do some damage here. See if 2 can play at this game, especially since they're only Marines, so this is pretty good with charge lots. Yes, murder everything. As you can see, this is like a sweet spot for me. This is a damn good sweet spot. Just murder everything, ideally. And ideally, keep building. I need to get back to him because I told him to focus down the dang starport, which doesn't help very much. Alright, actually, if there's only 2 of them there, by all means, I'll keep attacking. Alright. I don't know if that actually did well for me, all things considering, but it did buy me some time and it did kill a lot of Marines. So I want to say it did. I just have been doing a bad job getting my transition going in that panic, though. And I do need disruptors pretty soon, too. That's going to be really damn important. So he is getting ready for a drop of some kind, so gotta be mindful of that. Oh, did it seriously die? Damn it. I was thinking my thing was gonna escape, and apparently did not. Alright, can I somehow intercept this? That would be amazing. This is really ballsy, though, to do.
We shall stand against the darkness.
Where the hell is this thing hiding?
I return to serve.
Well, doesn't matter where it's hiding so much. Alright. Sadly, there's drops that are no fun, but yeah, the dang drop, that's kind of what I was looking for too, and of course, since I just warped in units, you know this is not going to be good for me. Yeah, I just literally did a warp recall a moment ago, and this is a little problematic. And I have no pylons because everything's dying, dang it. I could still do a lot of damage, but I have no reinforcements. Alright. Just murder everything and hopefully... Well, someone panicked. That's like my that's not really my saving grace, is it? Since my Templar need to be Archonified. And I can't recall these. Oh, actually I can, so... I wonder what happened there. I did lose my main, alas, but... I don't know what to make of all this crap. And I didn't even lose a whole lot. I did lose the robotics facility, mind you. Which is still felt, but that could have been a lot worse. Since I still can make Templar. Awkward match. My opponent lost their composure quite a bit. And I was gambling on being able to backstab or get the drop on the medevacs because they're heading. Clearly it was a bad idea, since it didn't pay off for me. How much energy? Not close enough, dang it. There, that paid off nicely, sort of.
I am the voice.
I don't know what to make of that, and I need to try and kill the third, too. I'm having a little bit of a hard time with that, though. And if I knew it was like bio, actually this is a perfect time for Dark Templar too, to an extent. And I need a Warp Prism to get aggressive. I need to check statuses like Surd and all that, and of course, some proxy pilots to kind of give me early warning of dang drops would be convenient too. I have no Templar, so this is a little bit too aggressive for my liking. So I gotta be ready for some kind of attack, and it does have a third there, so that's kind of where I need to send some zealots. I gotta find this thing a second prong attack. I don't know where it's at there just yet, but I think my opponent is getting ready to do something. I'm watching carefully. I'm watching intently. Oh dang it, I got EMP'd, so that's a little unfortunate. But so long as the Archons can do damage, I'm kind of okay. Well, they gotta get in there first, that's a bit of the problem. And I have no pylon there either, so that hurts even more. I have... I don't quite have what I need to kill this off, do I? Oh no, zealots are gonna do their job, barely. And I need zealots. I still ding a damn pylon over here. Oh, I was wondering why you weren't killed. I figured you were already dead, you cursed things, and you're not dead. Alright, we got ourselves an intense match here. And we did some good damage. Now, let's just go around, back, and do it again, I suppose. How are we doing? I could not tell you. I should be working towards more tech or disruptors, without a doubt. Is all I can really tell you here. Sadly, my one Stalker was not enough to deal with two medevacs. Who'd have thought, huh? And I don't even have any Templar here of note either. So I kinda need them about to lose this space. So all I can really do. It's been a while since I used Templar, but... yeah, this is not gonna go as well as I like. Since he saw it come in, I need those Templar, even though I'm failing horribly dealing with it. If I were to be honest. It wasn't terrible, but of course, not paying attention to the dang left flank. I was looking for it. I was actually looking for that, and one observer is just simply not enough, is it? When you consider looking out for drops and all that too. It's a shame. It was a good match, mind you, but just the EMP alone, not allowing my Templar on the left flank to get their storms off, really hurt me there. Otherwise, it was a bit of a mess, wasn't it? Alright, we're facing off against Zerg. Now, I gotta remember to have at least be on top of my mechanics there, macro, since it's gonna be really important for securing that third. Especially if my opponent's gonna try and capitalize on trying to punish said third, because you have very little actual defensive structures to kind of protect yourself, so I need to have a nice tight choke of some kind to kind of protect my adepts as well as my... What is it? Dang it. Sentries, my sentries. Jeez. It took me so long to figure out sentries. Probably because they're not all the most useful size for force fields against Zerglings anyway, but if we're dealing with Banelings, that's a bit of a different story though. They're amazing against the Banelings, so long as they're nowhere near to actually explode on me. Oh well. I will endeavor to try and give my best for this one, at least improve upon it. But last match probably is a perfect example of being overwhelmed, mind you, since that's probably just what literally cost me. Not really. I feel like, again, it was the server mostly, not having the right position and not dedicating to following it. Mainly because I wasn't aware of ghosts. That's my main reason why that caught me off guard. And that's just spawned now, so we do have spawning pools some kind, I think. Yep, and oh my god, it's already built. So, I gotta be ready for that. Gotta watch for that, and dang it, this is not a good spot for me. Oh, I could still wall off though, at least. There is that. I'm still waiting for dang lings. Actually, this is a good time to get a cell there if I were to be so honest. Nope, the lings are just coming out now. It must have just literally built when I saw it. So long as they're chasing after me, I'm fine, I suppose. There's no need to panic. I do have a second pylon here where I could have used that to, like, conceal my dang warp prism. Or not warp prism, but Stargate. That's the only downside there. And this gateway is a little bit too preemptive as well, with that said, as a result of that. Well, we saw the lings there, at least two of them. Let's get this gateway built and be prepared for any trouble. Nope, we're golden. No need to panic.
Glory to the day.
I have no idea what the dang overlords do with that said, so... And there was no speed, so long as I don't see Zerglings, I should be okay, right?
Let your will be heard.
Gotta poke up there and do expansion. Dang it, I forgot my pylon. Since I'm so used to doing like pylon first, or Nexus first there and having my supply. So not the most convenient.
The firstborn shall persevere. Forward.
Alright, let's kill some drones.
We serve with pride. Yes, Executor. To glory. Pour Zala.
Alright, let's see how this goes.
We are of one mind.
I got the kill, I just did not even bother to look at how many kills I got, if I were to be so honest. I'm assuming it's at least 2. And I need more adepts with that said too. 1 is not enough, simply put. But it puts pressure on them. I didn't see any... Well, I didn't check for a second gas, but you would assume it's up at that point. I just wish maybe I could have done more damage, is the only thing I regret there. Could have done a little bit more. And actually I forgot to saturate, didn't I? Yep. Because again, it is a bit of a later expansion too. If only a tiny bit, because of how my build order was. So let's get some adepts out. I probably don't want to push this thing closer, if I were to be so honest, towards my starbase. But I'll do what I can.
The firstborn shall persevere.
And Phoenix, you'll go out and clean up any other threats that may be coming. Hell, we could just kill that thing now, I suppose. Is what it comes down to ultimately.
Dimensional strings attuned.
Now let's go. They probably will have some preemptive types of spore cannons or spore crawlers at some point. I imagine they're already up. But let me get some dang pylons with that said. And if I could do some damage, that'd be great.
It is destined.
Especially on their gas builders. Because you're gonna...
The enemy has discovered us. Nazutai. We interpret.
Ah, dang it. I'm getting way too greedy with these oracles. For some reason, I feel like I have to do damage with them. That's a huge mistake on my part.
Skies await.
And never mind that I wasn't expecting two queens to literally be there either. So that's a bit of an annoyance. Alright. So we kill a lot of lings. We know there's a lot of lings. Now we got... That hints at possibly some threats to be mindful of, but can I sneak out a third?
Shall persevere.
Can we kill them? A lot of them are gonna die, but so are a lot of my units, mind you.
Teleport
Oh,
successful.
there's someone burrowed, isn't there? Well, that's annoying.
Anan, where do our enemies lurk?
Second hatchery, Banelings, Evo chambers. So there is that.
I am eager to strike. Now, time for battle.
I have met the enemy.
I can still kill these. I am losing some adepts relatively quick, though. So gotta be careful of that. But they infested their burrow early, which honestly is probably not all that helpful for them. That was not what I want. There we go.
Our pylon is under attack.
And you're supposed to be killing these cursed things, so why aren't you doing it? Thank you.
Mineral field depleted.
Let's get in our Oracle for good measure, I guess, since Immortals are not all that useful in this situation, are they now? If I were to be so honest.
Depleted.
We killed a lot of lings, though, which hurts the drone count some. I just gotta be mindful of what they are doing with all that stuff, because that is hurting their productions to an extent. So I can deal with the Baneling sort of well. That was the wrong placement, sadly. And let's see. Probably warp in some gateways here, although sadly there's multiple pathways that could come in.
I return.
So that doesn't help me very much, does it? I don't know what my plan is in all honesty. Aside from maybe, well, Colossus are the only thing I could think of that might be good. Against said, Banelings. It just encouraged Spire and Corruptors for later game, which probably is not what I want if I were to be so honest.
My charge. Our minds.
Observers, might as well use some observers and use this dang Phoenix to keep spotting. Ideally for a 4th. I could do a timing attack of some kind if I do it right.
We shall stand against the dark.
And you're gonna kill that Overlord there, since we found you and you cannot hide from me. Did I? Oh, I built a bunch of gateways over here. That's kind of what I was wondering about. Sadly, my third is heavily delayed. Okay, you got Hydras.
Mineral field depleted.
It's a far cry from the dang... Well, let's see. Let's get the observer scouting then,
We are focused.
and keep an eye out.
Then
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
So already got Overseers. So can we know there are Banelings. That is important to note.
my charge.
And I have enough potential storms to deal with this relatively well.
Upgrade complete.
I just am completely blind is the problem.
Meet our fate.
And there is a 4th, but the Hydras kind of fell back, didn't they?
Call. I will.
We embrace the glory of battle.
Yes, kill the Hydras, but they are gonna die, without a doubt. And that is a lot of Hydras I could have sniped there, but at least they're now scared. Is the one thing I got going for me. And I kind of forgot my Colossus upgrade, didn't I?
Charge.
I don't like the idea of having Colossus out. God damn it. Goddamn mobility game me killed there.
Combat, yes, Executor.
That just cost me a match, didn't it?
Fire shall be relayed.
The slow speed, and for some reason my opponent decided to chase after me. I thought I was... The only reason he would have gone so aggressively is because he saw that I was retreating fully and saw them. That's the only thing I could think of. Otherwise, that is a ballsy play that would not have helped you very well. It would have gave me some free storms there if I was paying attention, damn it. Unfortunately, I have to scroll right through here. Okay, what actually happened there, I believe, is my opponent just decided to commit with the amount of Hydras that they had there. I'm trying to get to that point there. Yeah, I'm attacking the Hydras here. I'm getting those kills. I don't have a Warp Prism, which still hurts a lot, mind you. But my opponent just immediately decides to chase after me. If only I saw that. Yeah, this was before even seeing. So that was kind of a dumb luck play on them. There was Overlords here, mind you. So that could have gave him a tail, but dang it. I messed up horribly. I could have dealt with this army of Hydras, especially off creep, keep in mind. That slows them down when they... Even with this speed upgrade that they currently have, I could have gotten more damage out of them here with the storms. So that was a dumb mistake on my part. It ultimately comes down to... I am really bitter about that. But not much else I can do about it, I suppose. I just, again, hate not being able to be as aggressive as I probably would like to be. Not having a Warp Prism certainly hurts, dang it. I said I was going to try for some kind of Archon drop, and I never got around to it, did I now? Alright, Feared Being, I'm pretty certain you're not the same person there, at least. But we still have Zerg to fight up against, so can I learn to not get my dang Oracle killed? I'm trying to do damage, since if I don't threaten them in any form, they're just going to build exclusively workers. That's a bit of the problem. In that match, my opponent had like 72 workers, so like my 45, 50-ish type of probes, I believe. So that is kind of a big difference there, simply put. And I really do need to do damage of some kind, or at least force units to get built, ideally before they're saturated on workers. That's a bit of a problem there when doing which is why I need to do damage with the Oracle, as well as everything else for that matter. And I'm hoping this is not a bad placement for me. I am a little bit worried that I forgot to get this worker early or on cue, but that's not a big deal. No need to be nitpicky. But how am I going to mix it up though? Well, ideally not get the Oracle killed, even though the Oracle would not have done a whole lot there aside for spotting the Hydras poking out in to begin with, I suppose, with the Revelation ability that allows me to get vision. That is a later hatchery. So where is our spawning pool with that said? Okay, maybe it's not a late hatchery. It was delayed otherwise, I suppose. All I can get off that. Fine by me. We'll play a traditional game. Now I gotta remember a pylon there. I don't think it helps me too much, since again, I don't really have a good way to kill the Overlords if I don't get a Stalker out. Even the Sentry takes an eternity to kill the things, and by then they're just committing to scouting my base and suiciding, so don't help me in that regard either. I almost forgot what my build was there for a moment. I was wondering, did I build the pylon or didn't I? That's what my thought process there for a moment when I was looking at the gate, or the ramp. Nonetheless, let's get the probe out of there, and see if the Lynx chase after it or not. Then ideally check for a Zerg, I suppose. Is really all I could do there. Well, this drone's still chasing after me, so that don't help with me being sneaky, does it now? Who knows what the Lings are up to. But on the plus side, let me check the third potential. And keep an eye on... I gotta make this quick, because the Lings are likely going to be coming any moment.
Your probes are under attack.
Okay, there's Lings there. This thing is going to die. So much for me checking the third, so I might as well check for expansion. I'm not going to get it, am I? evolution chamber, so that tells me it can mean to a ground army, but sadly, I don't get a whole lot out of it otherwise. I feel like I don't anyway.
You have not enough minerals.
What would that be used for? A very fast evolution chamber for upgrades, basically.
I have met the
You have
enemy.
not enough minerals.
Well,
It shall
it's a
be
good thing I
done.
didn't, like, phase out. That would...
We are
Eh,
one
now
mind.
they know I'm here, basically.
The firstborn
So I
shall
gotta be mindful of
persevere.
that.
Combat awaits.
Either way, let's get our intel.
The Templar give us
I saw roaches, I saw roaches.
glorious combat is upon us.
Okay. We know what we're doing. Now, I need stalkers to help with this. Oracles may not be the perfect choice,
Glory to the Daylong.
but
Let your will be done.
let's get these shield batteries out. It's a Ravager push of some kind. Thankfully, I was able to spot it, but I need Immortals now to help with this. And as much as I hate to poke on out,
Oracle perceiving.
now where's my Oracle? God damn it, Oracle! This is a bad time to get go AWOL on me.
Let us begin.
You could tell I'm panicking a bit here.
You must construct additional pylons.
I did lose the thing, but it could be worse, right?
You must construct additional pylons.
I already got the robotics facility building, so at least there's that.
Erodine Washagal.
And I already got 2 kills on this thing. Now, I'm gonna do something ballsy,
Dimensional strings.
since it's way too risky to try and expand normally.
Our window, an omen. Our fates are
And I
one.
should have, in all honesty, just gone
The stars.
for...
You must construct additional
I need more pylons still, because that is inconvenient, and I was not paying attention.
The threads of fate lie
Let me
bare.
just keep an eye out for a third.
Nazutai.
I'm gonna wait for a third Oracle, which I need pylons for. The only problem with that is,
You seek guidance?
You must construct
maybe that was a bit of a mistake to not try and do the damage needed. Now I gotta get my head back in the game, for crying out loud. Because the reason this is important is because of the lack of armor, so that does add up over time.
An omen.
Yeah, this is a mistake because I'm gonna run out of energy.
Shall persevere.
I return to serve.
That was probably a mistake there. I'm not gonna do the damage needed, but let me at least see what's going on inside.
Let us Oracle perceiving. We interpret.
We can see a layer,
Harmony.
Hydra Den.
Guidance.
And I did, dang it, I lost the dang Oracle, so this is a little bit excessive, potentially. But we are getting our standard type of build, which makes me regret not having...
The threads of fate
Alright.
lie bare. An Erodine Washagal.
I return to serve.
Okay, actually, let's just go kill the third, if that's a possibility, because I am out of energy after all.
An omen. Extract. You seek guidance? Let us be. Our window is short.
This may be a little bit silly,
An arrow.
and I don't quite have the power needed. But I don't need to do much, I just need to kill it. Dang it. That recall is incredibly slow, good god. It seemed clever, and then it wasn't when I start losing everything as a result of that. So I don't know what to make of that exchange, good god. Was that in my favor or was it not? And I forgot my dang gas. I forgot my gas and I'm gonna have to build relatively well here.
State thy bidding.
The threads of
We did deny a third, though, I suppose, so there's always that, but now I feel like a mess. Let's get some.
the
I already
enemy
got.
has discovered us. Extrapolating strings.
Alright, Queen.
Research complete. I return.
God damn it. Why is my why am I floundering now?
We serve with pride.
How can I aid an Erodine washed an omen? Our
This is
fates
abysmal. You were supposed to be up the ramp and it didn't happen. Good God. I got no excuse for my performance here. This is just all sorts of embarrassing. The fact that I should be having multiple immortals out, I'm gonna need the defenses after all. Yeah, I'm just gonna die here, aren't I? If only I did this proper.
We are the light of the Kala.
I don't even have storms, do I? No, it finished though.
Our minds are as one. I return to serve.
At least that scares them off for now.
Our minds are as one. My charge. Not enough. I like what I.
He really likes to demolish my cybernetics core. Not that it means much.
Thus I serve. We shall stand.
Alright, so keep building. My opponent's probably getting cocky because of the fact they don't see a third. You know that might cost them. Although I still need gas here. Come on, come on, stop. I know I messed up there because my gateways were kind of grouped with my dang... What is it, my army, so that was not convenient, but...
You require more Vespine gas.
I need more gas. I need more units in general. I am holding a line there. My opponent's probably content, so long as they don't find a third, that's the big thing. I just need to get building. Just keep building, maybe go for a death push. My opponent's falling for the bait a little bit. Nope, it was eventually found. But it's free unit kills at least. Can I recover from this though? Probably not. Since everything's all isolated, so this is about to be a repeat of what happened before. Alright, these hydras are dead, I just gotta be mindful of reinforcements. So that could be a bit of a pain. I got some value out of it, especially killing his units at least. Now, gotta be ready for possible Broodlord transition. Oh yeah, I don't have Cybernetics core. So I may be doing that with a single Stargate for the time being. Actually, I'm gonna need to build anyway for my weapon upgrades, so there is that.
You seek guidance?
So let's at least get a spot on.
Nazutai.
So lurkers.
The threads of
Alright,
fate.
you are gonna be invaluable for that. If I do this properly. Also, and again, I do not have a warp prism, which is going to suck if I do this wrong.
Extrapolating strings. We interpret. Our window is short.
Let's just warp in, keep getting units going. Because I do have vision of them. So this doesn't help too much.
An omen.
charge. Olak Natal.
Upgrade complete.
Because I can kill these things. Ah, dang it. I guess I can't. A couple of them were hit then, dang it. That backfired in a hurry, didn't it? Huh. I knew what I was doing too, and a slight oversight just nipped me in the butt.
Mineral field depleted.
Yeah, now I'm gonna need an observer with the army there.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Oh my.
My charge.
I hate this more and more there. So much potential all foiled already.
In you we shall stand against the darkness.
It's not over yet though, but still.
Depleted.
Our minds. We are light.
I do have an observer this time at least, so I can kill them off. Give me your lurkers, give them to me now.
I serve. We are focused.
Since you now have no overseer, this might be, well, this definitely is painful. There's no doubt about it. In all honesty, I should be going for my 4th here, not the hit and 3rd. And my War Prism's dead again. Go figure, I cannot engage. Not in the way I like. So let's get some Dark Templar to help rectify that, shall we?
Research complete.
Alright, let's get some actual carriers here. That will help a ton against, to an extent, the Hydras and against the Lurkers especially. But I need to get buildings still. That's what it comes down to. It's a lot of weird damage though.
We are unanimous.
Where's my War Prism? Do I have that built yet? No, not yet.
Base is under attack.
I gotta be ready for a rung by or double pronged assault here.
My charge.
That's probably what's gonna happen in this exchange.
Base is under attack.
Now, where's my Warp Prism? Right there. Okay, so it's all set.
Your probes are under attack. The glory of
So we have DTs. They probably see the DTs. They definitely see the carriers, with that said.
justice.
My charge.
Now where... Okay, there's my cells.
We shall stand.
Alright, nobody panic, I think. Okay, I lie. I've been panicking for like 10 minutes, it feels like.
Carrier has you must place that in a power field.
Alright, we're gonna get ourselves a proper match at least, but damn it. This still does not feel sloppy by my part.
You require more Vespine gas.
Get the carriers building. This is probably a little premature. I can still do damage.
Our mind.
Yeah, just destroy the base. If I'm lucky, yeah, it dies before an Overseer builds. Or at least they can get to respawn. And can we do some real damage? And actually, let's not forget our War Prism. I've been forgetting about you enough as is. Let's not forget about you more, please.
Enlightenment. My charge.
And I do have my Observer here, too.
Base is under attack. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. You require more Vespine gas.
Alright, you want a base trade. I guess you can do that.
Upgrade complete.
My charge.
We embrace the glory of battle.
This makes my job easy to an extent.
Have engaged the enemy. Carrier has arrived. Vespine geyser exhausted.
Just recall the entire army back. Well, that was a mistake, I guess. I thought I could do more damage than I actually did, but
From the shadows,
We embrace the glory of battle.
from the shadows I come.
alright. Are we getting ourselves reacclimated? I do not know. Since I think my opponent does not know how to transition from Hydra Lurker.
We shall stand against our minds.
If I had to guess.
Is upon us.
We have met the enemy.
Oh my god, we got a win! I still feel bad for it was a sloppy mess, but good god, it was still a dynamic match, wasn't it? Fast roaches, losing my Cybernetics core multiple times in a row, and somehow made it out in the end. And I finally got to make use of Dark Templar, which are fun to play with. They're a bit gimmicky, at least they feel really gimmicky if you get them early, since you don't really have you don't really have very good avenues to harass with them. It's almost all or nothing, quite literally, when you consider the layout of the natural. If there's only one main way in there, and it's really difficult to harass the main, with that said, unless you're gonna really commit to like Warp Prism or some kind of like silly shenanigans, which makes it even more gimmicky and all-in-ish. But at least we ended off with a win. I'm still all messed up after that exchange, good god.